In 1828, Thomas Dartmouth Rice popularized performing in blackface on the American stage, with his depictions of crippled plantation slaves dancing and singing around the stage. After touring American cities, Rice took his immensely popular act to London in 1836. By then, his character, best known as Jim Crow, had gained popularity amongst white audiences, along with Jim Crow's counterparts, Jim Dandy and Zip Coon. Rice's subsequent blackface characters like Sambos, Coons, and Dandies used stereotypical depictions of black people and helped to popularize the belief that black people were lazy, stupid, inherently less human, and unworthy of integration, which is known as dehumanization. It is not known how, but the name Jim Crow came to be used to describe the segregation laws, rules, and customs which arose after Reconstruction ended in 1877 and continued well into the mid 1960s. Jim Crow laws swiftly took away many of the rights which had been granted to Black people through the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. This consisted of segregated public transportation, separate educational facilities, segregated public accommodations, voter suppression, and racial zoning. The important thing to know about Jim Crow laws were that they were not federal laws. No, these racist standards were state and local statutes enacted in the southern and some border states of the United States. So I don't want you to miss the buzzwords that symbolize that we are returning to Jim Crow 2.0. Number one, for instance, the false narrative that is being pushed in Washington, D.C. is nothing more than dehumanization all over again. Except this time, instead of depicting us as clowns, they depict us as inherently dangerous or violent animals. Number two, the federalization of policing is nothing more than the return of slave patrols that were used to terrorize by operating with excessive force and brutality and no rules whatsoever. And the constant push to return laws to the hands of the state is a return to Jim Crow South, where state and local municipalities or governors can reinstate racist laws. The removal of the so-called illegal immigrants were just a way to set their sights on the real target, which is us. All of this commotion, all of these smoke screens and distractions, while his minions blot his name off every page of the Epstein files. That's just something to think about on today's Wake Up Wednesday.